The Defence Review is partly concerned to get the 2010 review back on track. That review, which set targets for 2020, force targets, has drifted off track a little bit, and this review will get it back on track. We know quite a lot about what's in the review. It's already been trailed that there are investments to be made in the intelligence services, in special forces, in cyber defence, new equipment for some of those forces. But we also know quite a lot about what's happening to the three main armed forces. So the Army will trumpet the fact that it is getting 2 strike brigades in a much bigger 3 division, so it'll be more expeditionary. The Navy will be getting some of its aircraft for the aircraft carriers, and it'll be glad that it's got that. There'll be some announcements on the submarine program. And the Air Force also will be announcing that it's getting its new ground attack aircraft, the Joint Strike Fighter, plus more transport and more air-to-air refueling assets. So this is a fairly positive-minded review. It's not a review about cuts, it's a review about new equipment. 2 things about it are really important. One is that underlying all these positive announcements is the fact that there is a strategic shift going on, that although we think our forces may have to turn out and fight a war like 1991 or 2003, the expectation is that in the next 10 years they'll be more concerned with what's sometimes called strategic raiding, being able to go somewhere short and sharp, fairly quick, to do a rather specialised job rather than a big traditional ground force job of some sort, and then come back. And so we expect our forces to be pretty busy, but to be busy in rather new and innovative ways. And that's a strategic evolution, which I think we'll see between the lines of this review. And the second point is that although there are no cuts, although money has been allocated for these various announcements, it's still not entirely clear how all this is going to be paid for between now and 2020, and certainly after 2020. My guess is that the review is still built on the hope and the expectation that our GNP will grow and that we will be able to afford these sorts of systems in the longer term. Well, that's a neat trick if you can do it, and we'll find out in a few years' time.